Every morning at exactly 6:15, before the sun fully rose over the quiet town of Maple Creek, Claire Donovan unlocked the front door of Rosie's diner. The bell above the door gave the same soft chime it had made for nearly 30 years. Claire liked that sound. It reminded her that some things in life still stayed the same. At 58 years old, Claire had spent most of her life serving coffee, wiping counters, and listening to the stories of strangers passing through town. Rosie's Diner wasn't special to most people. Just another small roadside restaurant with cracked leather booths and old country music playing softly in the background. But to Claire, it was home. Every morning, truck drivers came in half awake. Farmers sat together near the windows. Old couples shared pancakes in silence. And then there was the man in booth 7. He first appeared one rainy Thursday in October. Tall, gray-haired, quiet. He walked in wearing an old brown jacket, sat near the window, and asked for black coffee. Nothing else. Claire poured the coffee and smiled politely, but the man barely spoke. He simply stared out the window toward the empty road beyond town. The next morning he came back. Same booth, same coffee, same silence. Days turned into weeks, then months. The strange thing was, he never stayed long, 20 minutes at most, sometimes less. Yet every morning, Claire noticed the same sadness in his eyes. One snowy morning, Claire finally asked, "You waiting for someone?" The man looked at her for a long moment before answering, "Maybe." That was all he said. After that, Claire couldn't stop thinking about him. So every morning before he arrived, she prepared his coffee early and kept it warm. The other waitresses joked about it. "Your mystery man's here again," they laughed. But Claire didn't mind. Something about the loneliness in his face felt familiar. One evening after closing, Claire sat alone cleaning the counter when old Mr. Jenkins quietly spoke from the last booth. "You know who that man is?" Claire shook her head. Mr. Jenkins sighed. "That's Daniel Mercer." The name meant nothing to Claire until he continued. 30 years ago, Daniel's younger brother died driving home from this diner. Claire froze. It was winter. Roads were icy. The brothers had a fight that night. Bad one. Mr. Jenkins stared down at his coffee. Daniel told him to leave, told him never to come back. The room suddenly felt colder. "He crashed 5 miles outside town," Mr. Jenkins whispered. Claire looked toward booth 7. "He's been coming back ever since." The next morning, Daniel arrived as usual. Claire placed the coffee down gently, but this time she sat across from him. For a while, neither of them spoke. Then Daniel finally whispered, "You ever say something you wish you could take back?" Claire nodded slowly. Daniel stared out the frosted window. "The last words I ever said to my brother were angry ones." His voice cracked. "And every morning since, I keep thinking maybe if I sit here long enough, somehow I can apologize." Claire felt tears sting her eyes. Outside, snow slowly fell across the empty road. For the first time in years, Daniel looked exhausted, like a man carrying a weight too heavy for one lifetime. Claire reached across the table and quietly held his hand. "You came back," she said softly. Daniel looked confused. Claire smiled gently through tears. "That means part of you never stopped loving him." Daniel lowered his head, and for the first time in 30 years, he cried. Not loudly, not dramatically, just silent tears falling into untouched black coffee while morning light slowly filled the diner. From that day on, booth 7 never felt empty again. And every morning before sunrise, Claire still kept the coffee warm. Not because she expected someone to return, but because sometimes people aren't waiting for another person. Sometimes they're waiting to forgive themselves.